Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Boys Unknown. Halo Infinite Season 3 is finally here, and
boy, my cheeks are chapped.
Halo Infinite Season 3 is finally here, and it is the best season yet. But remember, that's not saying much, because it really is the first real season of the game. This really kind of feels like launch. It feels like the game has left beta, and it actually feels like you're playing a game that's finished. Now, we got a lot to say about this update, but first,
man's gotta eat.
Today's video is sponsored by our friends at Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes for just about anything. The best time to reinvent your goals in yourself is right now, and Skillshare has hundreds of career-focused classes to help you get started. The Boys Unknown YouTube channel is pretty much my creative side career, and to help grow my creative career, I've been taking Sanja Razula's Start Your Creative Career class to help me continue to build a sharp and smart online presence. Sanja's class has really changed the way I think about the Boys Unknown brand, and it's definitely improved my titles and thumbnails. Sanja's class is one of many on creative career building, but this just scratches the surface of the thousands of classes that are available on Skillshare, and you can explore them today because the first 1,000 people to use our link below will get 1 month of Skillshare for free. Click our link below, get Skillshare for free, and start learning something new today.
March 7th, 2023 is the official launch of Halo Infinite.
But we're also missing a whole bunch of stuff though, like a progression system and a bunch of other stuff.
Listen, it's not a complete launch.
It's still an incomplete launch.
It's a 90-80% launch, you know?
Yeah, and I don't know, it feels a lot better.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm impressed. This is exactly what I needed.
I'm really impressed. You know, the bare minimum for a live service game has been achieved, it seems, finally.
This is the first season to me. It feels like a proper season. I like the new armors. Despite me kind of chirping the armors in our Battle Pass breakdown, we weren't able to see all of the armors at that point, and I kind of take it back now. I do really like the armors in this season.
You like the armor, but you don't like the helmets in the Battle Pass. The Battle Pass is honestly kind of dookie, and honestly, the free stuff is almost better. And the Chimera Core is really cool. But yeah, the helmets are whack on the SPI core, man. But the base helmet's so sick, it really doesn't matter. And then the Chimera Core is pretty cool too, and you're just giving a lot of free stuff for that. So customization looking good. It's nice to see all the different Spartans now with like the 20 cores there are, and that's a whole other conversation. But how about the maps? So let's first talk about the new big team battle map, Oasis. Now, this is the best big team battle map in the game.
By far.
Lots of open spaces. You feel like you can actually play a little bit with vehicles. All the other maps are like narrow corridors where like pretty much can't drive the vehicles. You're pretty much on like fucking rails when you're driving a Warthog around. But this map kind of feels like a classic Halo map for big team battle. Lots of space. And I think the vehicle spawns are different. It just feels like actual big team battle, which is really nice.
When we first saw the pictures, I was worried that it was just going to be another claustrophobic big team battle map, but it was a pleasant surprise. It's actually a good time playing it, and I was having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I can't lie, I was having fun playing this game.
Yeah, now how about the two arena maps? I think they're both good.
Yeah, both of them are pretty good.
I was concerned about Cliffhanger being too big, but it's actually the way it plays, everyone kind of funnels to the middle, so it isn't as big as you think.
It's definitely better with objective game modes.
Yeah.
I found with Slayer or Escalation Slayer, it was a little bit slow at times. There were certain game modes just didn't play as well as things like King of the Hill.
Now, on the other side, Chasm. A lot of people are hating on Chasm, and I say, shut your mouth. Do you seriously want another 3-lane map that's like built for competitive?
Oh, I know.
God damn it,
yeah.
This feels like a classic Bungie Halo 1 map.
I love Chasm and I will defend it. I don't care if people hate it. I will defend Chasm. I think it's fun.
It's goofy.
It's goofy. You know, you got just random objects floating in the air. Even though it kind of is a 3-lane map, it doesn't feel like a boring ass 3-lane map.
Just a goofy little map that doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
And I like it.
It's fun.
That's the variety you need. You can't just have all these like perfectly balanced maps.
No, exactly. It's got to be a little stupid sometimes, and that's where you get the most enjoyment.
And then we come to Escalation Slayer. It's a great time, okay? It's been an MCC for a while. It's a rip-off a gun game, and this time there's a new twist with how it's done. More of team-based, you know, leveling up the different classes until you get to the oddball skulls, and I think it's pretty good fun. I like it.
Ever since Escalation Slayer was brought to MCC, it has immediately become one of my favorite games, and it continues to be here. I would like to see the MCC version version also
Yeah,
implemented.
100%.
So we kind of have a little bit of variety with the Escalation Slayer, because there's obviously different ways you can play it. But the version we got here, still a lot of fun.
Now, the last two big ticket items.
Let's talk about the Bandit.
In the Shroud screen. So, the DMR feels good, real beefy. Can't really complain. I like it.
I like it a lot. I mean, I kind of wish it had a scope, though. I don't know what that would do for balancing or whatnot. You know, obviously, I haven't played it with a scope, but I kind of feel like it needs a scope, to me anyways.
It has not much of an ADS. I think the Commando has a farther ADS than it, which is really weird. It kind of falls in a weird spot between the BR and the Commando with like no zoom.
Yeah, I feel like they were afraid to put a scope on it so that it wouldn't take the place of the BR, but instead they've made it all too similar to the Commando, and I don't know if it's really better than the Commando or not. So it's a weird gun in this game. It doesn't really have a place, but I love it. I wish it had a scope.
I would like to see more unique weapons come to the sandbox, but the DMR is my favorite gun, so I do like it. And it really is a beefy gun, and it's kind of fun to use, so I'll take it, whatever. The Shroud screen. Pleasantly surprised. It's actually a lot more fun to use than I thought it would. It breaks up lines of sight. There's no auto aim when you're inside it or when you're shooting into it. And like you can really use it strategically, do a little mischief with some guys. So it's actually a fun little equipment.
And it complements the game mode of Escalation Slayer absolutely amazing, just because the last weapon is the oddball. So when you have both teams with oddballs and then you have the smoke screens and then you just have these giant mosh pits, can't see people, and then you pop into it and there's like 5 guys in there. It's a lot of fun.
And there's also a lot of little things in this update that make the game feel fresh. Like the UI has gotten some tweaks here and there. The shop has been overhauled completely. They've changed all the loading screens and the backgrounds, and it really feels fresh. And it's nice to see that, because we've been rocking the same shit for so long. It literally felt like we've been in the beta this whole time. So it feels nice to have a nice coat of paint on everything.
Yeah, and the images, they just feel more higher quality. The backgrounds sometimes have an animation, like going to the campaign cut screen. It's got a little extra, like you said, layer of polish.
But there's a big but.
Since the update, the UI, while customizing your Spartan,
is a shit show. Yeah,
I'm sure 343 is aware of it, because I haven't heard people stop talking about it, is just the frame rate drops to about 2 when you're customizing your Spartan.
This is a 343 update, so there's a lot of bugs that has been added to. A lot of people on PC having a lot of trouble with this season. As with every update, we're still working with the spaghetti noodle engine, but I mean, I didn't experience any problems, but I've seen there definitely are problems, so don't want to say that everything is completely polished. It looks more polished, but there's some underlying bugs that are still lingering. And people have said desync has gotten worse, but I haven't experienced any desync. And of course, the story we talked about in a whole other video, so we're not really going to go into that too much, but the story is obviously a massive improvement from the lack of story that existed previously. I mean, there pretty much wasn't a story, so that's good.
I was pleasantly surprised and impressed by the story. It was actually intriguing, and we have a whole video about it.
And then Forge got a little bit of tweaks. You can now edit on dev maps, which I guess wasn't a thing, but now you can. And you can finally toggle player collision.
Yeah, I mean, I've never used Forge, but that's cool.
And they added some more objects and shit like that. The Forge boys will continue to do their thing and make amazing content for this game. But yeah, boys, that pretty much sums up Season 3 of Halo Infinite. Now, if we take a step back and think like Season 3 in the broader gaming community, no one really cares about this game. The ship has sailed on that, but that's all right, because the Halo boys are getting some love. And, you know, since they've drained the swamp, there seems to be significant improvements to this game. Apparently, we've reached seasonality, so this season will only be like 3 to 4 months long. So yeah, it's starting to feel like a real game, and that's pretty refreshing.
I know people are going to be surprised by our positivity. I feel like people expect us to come in here and just shit on the game 24/7 no matter what.
Yeah.
But credit where credit is due. This is actually a good season. We're enjoying it. We're having fun playing it. And I finally feel like Halo is in a decent spot.
It's on the right path again, at least, if anything.
Obviously, it still has a lot of things to go. There's a lot that needs to be changed still and updated and added to give us the complete Halo that we all desire.
And some of those things might not even happen, because who knows how many seasons this game's even gonna get. But at least it's actually in a state where I'm actually thinking, hey, I kind of want to go on and play Halo Infinite in the day. I kind of get an urge to play because it feels, you know, a little fresh and new.
And despite what you think, that's all I want, you know? I just want to hop on here and play some Halo.
Yeah, I just want to hop on and have a little bit of fun, god damn it. Just to sit back and relax a bit.
Yeah, it's better when you're playing Halo, when you're actually enjoying it.
So now with this and MCC, boys, we're looking good to hold on till Tanaka comes out out, all the Halo boys, and hopefully Tanaka delivers something special and, you know, maybe Halo gets a little bit of mainstream love. But until then, Halo Infinite, it just launched. Consider this the launch of Halo Infinite. Just imagine if this is how the game launched all that time ago.
And I know a lot of you boys have just stepped away from the game completely. You've given up on it, you know, fuck Halo, blah, blah, blah. And I agree. I don't blame you one bit, but if you were debating jumping back in, I kind of feel like now might be the time to just kind of come check it out.
And apparently there's more content on the way. There's rumors about Infection maybe dropping mid-season, so I hope it is. I hope they don't wait till season 4 to drop Infection. I'll be kind of rattled about that, but that's a whole other story, boys. There you have it, folks. Season 3, boys. Let us know your thoughts below. Did you play it? Did you like it? Do you hate it? Do you hate us? Are we shills now? I don't know. Like and subscribe. Check out the second channel. I'll see you later.
I can't believe how much 343 paid us to make this.
Oh man, dude, I can't wait to, dude, when that check comes in, fucking
dude,
Mustang.
I'm buying a Porsche.
Oh, you're doing a Porsche?
Yeah.
Wait, how much are they paying you?